Yo, it's Guido. Welcome back, and we have a tactics talk. It is moi in my Tiger 1 Tier 7 German heavy tank. And I am bottom tier, but only a 2-tier battle, so really only 1 tier down in a 5-10 setup. And we are here on Cliff, loaded into the north spawn, and I'm headed over to the east side, moving on up to the east side. And I am taking my Tiger 1 over here because why not? Well, lots of reasons. First one is you can't really take the donut from our side. The Oni pushes in there. It just doesn't work out. They probably need to work on that balance as far as that goes for the map. So I don't go there, not quite fast enough anyway. You can do it with a platoon of fast mediums, mid to high tier, and do it. But the Oni actually pushes in, so unfortunately, if I'd have gone with him, I might have been in good shape. However, we find the Hawk 12 over here, and I am going to do my best to push in here using my Tiger. I get tracked right there. See what we can do. We got a KV-122, we got an IS-6, we've got myself. Take down the Hawk, and it looks like they maybe don't have that much, but we're going to be a little bit cagey here and careful. There's a T-29 in the middle, the Tiger 1 on the other side, and the 34 2G FT. But the Jag, TIG, and the Tiger P and the IS-3, I sort of expect to see them. And all of a sudden, on the old mini-map, the Tiger P shows up. Pretty immediately, the IS-6 says, well, I know what to do with that. I'll go eat him alive in this low spot. Because they didn't get anybody on the hill. If they get somebody up on the hill above you, up on the mountain, this is not a good move. But if they don't have one up there, or neither team does, then this is not a bad move. So I come in here, I very carefully don't clip the back of the IS-6 as he backs up. That's something you really need to pay attention to. Notice as I came in, I was driving in third person, so I would not bump into him, which does two things. Stops me from getting forward and blocks him and gets him shot potentially. So we'll come up here and drop a shot on the Tiger P. Tiger P takes 2 hits. He's a little too high right there. And I am getting into that top turret or hatch. And see my depression is not quite good enough here. Kind of a bummer. And we end up taking him down. The reload on the Tiger 1 over the Tiger P is about a second faster or so, depending on your crew setup. So it can actually be quite an advantage. So we're coming in here, pushing that IS-3 back. There is some artillery. So we're going to come up here. The pen on this gun is really nice, so I come up here and I look for shots. I'm trying to go after that gun cupola or gun whatever that thing is. Try to get up underneath him. I don't quite get it. Hold down like that. The IS-3 is actually in pretty good shape. I'm trying to sneak one up underneath. The 8.8's got a fast reload, but the IS-6 is standing in and just giving him all the trouble he can take. Looks like they both fire, so I'll come up here, and while the JT does reload fast, I should have come up higher, but I was worried about the IS-3 coming at me. And now the IS-3 says, oh, man, I got to change this fight. So I give him a shot. Down goes the JT 8.8, and that's what the IS-3 realizes. He had to actually change the fight right now. Unfortunately, I bounce that on a bad angle. I cover up with the rock, and now he turns his turret. If I were him, I probably would have charged after me and ignored the IS-6. But he's just pointing at the IS-6, and that is something that people will tend to do when they're not paying attention. I'm actually going to go for ram damage, but he ends up dying. When they get flanked, instead of looking forward, or maybe even just pushing forward, as that IS-6 went past him, I might have just driven right at me. Of course, there was a 122 behind me as well, so that was maybe part of his calculus right there. But even if he backed up, I might have kept my gun pointed towards me and looked for a free shot on me. And if I back down, then really quickly try to turn the turret over when you're loaded and fire, knowing full well that Guido and his Tiger will push as soon as they see it. But you might have been able to do a little bit better with that. We'll push around the corner here. I'm up to 2,300 damage. We've got a T-29. Down goes the 1375. There's a Comet. I'm hoping to get a piece of him. Where are you, Comet? Nope, can't do that. All right, well, there's a T-29. So we'll just shoot him. Oh, no, that's going to go to the side. So that nice flat bit on the back of his turret. Nope, that's going to get to the side because he's turning his turret. Dude, this was frustrating. All right, how about this one? This one, no, that one will also not penetrate. Holy cow, what is this thing made of? Oh my gosh! And I bounce again, and the Challenger hits me in the side. Ammo wrecks me. Goodness gracious! That was a frustrating series, to say the least. Come around here looking for this Scorp G. See if I can get some There we go. There's a highlight. See if we can get a shot. Finally get a couple more hit points out of this whole thing. Challenger's down off the edge. There's a little indentation there, and he's getting worked over by the Bulldog. Gets hammered by the IS-6, and now I've got a Tiger. I'm sort of ignoring him. I look here for a minute and go, yeah, he's down low. I can see that their TD is actually busy, engaged over there with our prototype, so I do not feel like he's going to be looking at me. So there's 2 artillery and there's this Tiger. I've got to come around the rock. He's just getting hammered. He's not looking at me anyway, so I'm just going to drive up behind him, fully expecting to get hit by the artillery any moment here. Hit him on the run. Good accuracy on this gun. Nice fast reload. We should have no problem taking him down. There we go. Down he goes. Just in case it bounced, I was going to ram him to death. 3 kills, 2,600. Pushed around. This is pretty classic. If you can push around like that and they don't send enough to stop you, you end up flanking the guys that are in the middle, even though they were having a hard time as it was. These guys must have fired because I expected to get hit, but they just weren't able to do that. Down he goes, just like that. 2,800. The artillery just flying in there. A little late, fella. And I'm looking, where is this other guy? Ah, there you go. Then I'll get a shot on him maybe. No, nope, not going to quite get a shot on him. So it ends up being, I believe, an ace tanker. You see the results here in just a minute. So 2,800, 176 assist damage. Pretty classic example. Doesn't always go that way on this map because it can be difficult to get across this space if they get up in there and start shooting the side or lighting you up with a lot of artillery. There were 2 artillery on each side, but they were relatively small artillery. So I wasn't too worried about that, which is one of the reasons why I went across there instead of trying to maybe cover up by getting up here first. So you just got to play that one by ear on what they've got. And in higher tiers, when they've got high tier fast mediums that can actually get to that middle, whichever side gets their mediums there and is able to shoot across to the guys crossing will gain a significant, sometimes, hit point advantage right off the bat. This was a weird one also because, let me expand this, because the Oni actually was able to push in and take this center spot, which doesn't always happen from the north. In fact, it rarely ever happens from the north. The south typically gets this area, so that was also a little bit unusual and did help me then because they were so concentrated down here dealing with this whole thing. In the center, they just sent a couple guys over here. We took the IS-3 down, took the Tiger P down, and the JT-88, and then we pretty much had free reign to gobble up more hit points. That is all I got for that one. In the Tiger one, a tank that I've been playing quite a bit lately for the Kursk missions. So you play the historical missions and you do the Kursk missions faster. Of course, this is not a historical configuration of any kind, but whatever. It's an arcade game, not a historical simulator. We will see ya.